Coming up on City Beat, if you haven't been to Neonopolis lately, you haven't been to Neonopolis. Join city leaders and business owners as they cut 2 more ribbons at new additions to the once idle complex. Plus, police officers in a donut shop? No, this is not a punchline. These marshals and metro officers are building a stronger, more cohesive community, one cup of coffee at a time. And Goldilocks under lock and key? Find out how this mock trial of the 3 Bears versus Goldilocks is teaching local kids all about our judicial system. Hi, everybody, and welcome to City Beat. I'm your host, Nancy Byrne, and we are coming to you from the Neonopolis in the heart of downtown Las Vegas, where in just a moment, we're going to tell you about yet more businesses opening their doors here in what was kind of a vacant complex not too long ago. But first, we want to take a moment to congratulate Deputy City Manager, soon to be City Manager, Scott Adams. He will be stepping in for retiring City Manager and great friend to Las Vegas, Betsy Fretwell. Scott has been with the city nearly 13 years. His first day as city manager will be July 7th. We'll have a full story on Scott, his incredible experience in government, and his vision for the future on the next City Beat. We'll also have more on Betsy Fretwell, who led our city through one of the worst recessions since the Great Depression. She's done so much for our city, keeping our head above water, keeping morale from spiraling during a very scary time. We are going to miss her leadership, but wish her well as she takes on a new position at Switch. 2 stories on 2 incredible people on upcoming City Beats. Well, as we mentioned, seems like it's becoming a monthly ritual. A trip over here to Neonopolis to celebrate more businesses putting down roots and opening doors. Well, on May 2nd, Mayor Carolyn Goodman was here to cut the ribbons on 2 new businesses in a complex that was sitting pretty idle for many years. Anywhere from 500 to 1,000 garments are made here each week at Catherine Trifalini Design. The beautiful work is sewn right here using 99% American-made products. When the garments are completed, they go to casinos, restaurants, and hotels and are worn as uniforms, like those seen here at this fashion show on May 2nd. Here at the Neonopolis, the fashion show, proclamations, good luck chips for everyone, and ribbon cuttings were held in celebration of the new uniform shop, as well as another business filled with fun illuminated gifts and trinkets called All Lights Up.
Today we just did All Lights Up. Behind me in these beautiful roses come from All Lights Up. Shoes and dresses, everything, all exciting. And above on the 3rd floor we have a lady by the name of Catherine Tillerati, I believe her last name is, who does uniforms, and they are really cool for different hotels and businesses.
Mayor Carolyn Goodman was joined by Neonopolis owner Rohit Joshi to celebrate these new openings. This complex suffered greatly during the recession, with one empty storefront after another. But in the last year or so, business has been looking up, and the mayor says Joshi has earned every bit of the success.
Nobody could work harder than Joshi. I mean, this has been at least 18 years of Neonopolis. We went through the hard times, but filling it up. Denny's has had the best month ever in their history as far as being here.
There may have been some dark days for the Neonopolis in the last 18 years, but with several new businesses opening up here recently and more to come, the city sees brighter times on the horizon. Neonopolis is located in downtown Las Vegas between Las Vegas Boulevard and 4th Street. And even though it's in the middle of downtown, parking here, it's no issue. That's because they have their own parking garage underneath the complex that can be accessed from 4th Street. Well, as business continues to grow in downtown Las Vegas, members of our city Department of Public Safety and Las Vegas Metro Police decided that it was a good time to get together and meet some of the neighbors and let the neighbors meet them.
Oh, we had all kinds of people out there. We could see our SWAT, and we had firemen out there. See all the big trucks.
There may be old jokes about cops and donut shops, but none of them apply to the law enforcement officers here at the Donut Bar the morning of May 4th. These members of the Las Vegas Department of Public Safety and the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department were here building a stronger and more cohesive community. One conversation at a time. It was the first time Coffee with a Cop combining both departments has ever taken place.
Deputy Chief Tim Shatler and I from the Marshals work together a lot. We come here for coffee sometimes, never have the donuts, but Tim and I decided, this would be a good place for us to do a community event. They have this great outdoor space. They have the patio out here, and coffee here is good, and it's a great opportunity for us to promote, advertise, and bring people here.
For a first-time effort, the response was outstanding.
This is my first one, and I want to come back. I want to continue doing it. I've loved it. I've met with a bunch of different people with different backgrounds, and I've enjoyed talking to them. I love being out there and connecting with the community.
People who live in the downtown area or work in the downtown area said they were thrilled to be given the chance to meet face-to-face with law enforcement. Some were here just to thank them for their duty.
We thought that we'd come out and support our officers. We have an office downtown, and we are very grateful and thankful for their presence and all that they do.
Fairly new to our city, Alan Durfelt said he wanted to be here to tell officers about a free program he is part of called Teen Challenge. It reaches out to troubled youth, a phrase that used to describe him.
Before I've been handcuffed, thrown to the ground, been put in those situations where, I've been on the negative end. So actually being out here, being able to just connect positively with the police officer, shaking their hand, hey, how you doing? I'm from Teen Challenge, hey, I'm from Metro, just making those connections. That's what it's about. I love doing that.
An event such as this shows law enforcement the people they serve and protect are just human, and the majority of them just want to get along and be good citizens. And it shows the residents the same holds true for our officers.
This is a chance for people to see those uniformed personnel who are here to protect them in a light that's different than what the rhetoric sometimes is portrayed as, the cops just being mean and not caring about human beings. And I think this is a chance for people to see us as human beings.
I think it's important to come out here and connect with the community and let them know, hey, we're human too. We want to be out here. We want to visit. We want to build community. We want to build relationships with you and ultimately make life better.
With so much attention focused on unrest between the law enforcement community and citizens, it was refreshing for both groups to be able to symbolically say over a cup of coffee their support for each other in our city.
I think it's bridging the gaps to people that feel like they're not included in things. And so once they get to know the officers, our officers, as you know, are getting out into the communities and they're forming relationships with these children, young adults, and so that makes them less afraid of the police, and they know that they have someone to call when things aren't going right.
When you see that many people from the community come out, it indicates that we have a lot of support from the people that we need support from, and it also shows people too the partnership and what we do as a local government between the city and Metro to keep this area safe.
Organizers of Coffee with a Cop say the event was so successful they are likely to do another one in the fall. Well, when we come back, we're going to go from the middle of the city to the farm, sort of. Find out what's so different about this farmer's market. Congratulations to the City of Las Vegas Employee of the Month, graphic artist Margaret DeClerc. She has used her talent as a graphic illustrator to tell the city's story through her art. Having her abilities in-house saves the city thousands of dollars a year that would otherwise have to be spent on outside contractors. Margaret has shown her amazing creativity in art shows and through her gallery pieces. She's also the creative force behind hundreds of graphic design jobs annually and designs the mayor's very popular birthday and holiday cards. Margaret always works with integrity and meets her deadlines. For example, Mayor Goodman requested a sketch of all of the Southern Nevada mayors for her show, Hello Mayor. With short notice and a quick turnaround, Margaret created a beautiful piece of art that met the approval of all of the mayors. For her creativity and teamwork, we are proud to congratulate Margaret DeClerc, our Employee of the Month.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it here. So what are you waiting for? Just go to the site.
When they test you, stand firm and move only when you hear the seatbelt click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Welcome back to City Beat from Neonopolis in downtown Las Vegas. You know, there are some city kids who think that the fruit and vegetables that show up on their plate come from a grocery store. I mean, they think that that food just miraculously shows up at a grocery store. They don't realize that there's a long process and journey from a farm to their plate. Well, there's a program at our schools that teaches that process and also teaches the kids a whole new respect for those who grow, harvest, and sell our food.
Well, I have onions, I have cilantro, and then I have carrots and squash and mint and lettuce.
John Wayne Vogel isn't just manning this booth outside Zappos. He and his classmates grew the food, picked it, and brought it here from their school garden. In fact, at this farmer's market, every booth is run on kid power. It's all thanks to Zappos.com, Switch, and Green Our Planet.
Green Our Planet works with schools to actually help build the gardens at the schools, and then we train the teachers in a STEAM curriculum, that's science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And then the teachers teach the students outside every week in those subjects.
All right, I'll take it. $3. That's a good deal.
According to Byrne, no relation, this is not only a fun and in-depth lesson on cultivation, the participating schools learn everything about farming.
They grow the food, and in 5th grade, they actually do what we call the Farmpreneur program. And that's where the kids write a business plan when they come into school for their garden. They figure out how much money they need to raise to expand or plant trees or buy hummingbird feeders. And then they have farmers markets.
Those farmers markets are usually held at the 30 Clark County schools where the gardening program exists. But for the first time, Zappos.com got involved and helped set up what is being touted the largest farmers market run by kids. Zappos got involved because they believe in a program that not only teaches our kids, but enriches their lives.
That money actually goes back into invest into next year's harvest or to actually kids in need within their school, because typically sometimes they'll actually donate the vegetables to kids in need, and then sometimes they'll actually just reinvest depending on what the need is in that school.
We have chefs who go into the school and cook the foods from the garden with the students. It's a chef program, so they learn how to cook the food that they grow. And then we have all the science, engineering, and math lessons that they can learn outside also.
And if you think it's just a bunch of parents out here supporting their children's project, all you need to do is look around and you'll see people from all over our city buying the produce, like Chef Justin from Public Us Restaurant. He was picking up ingredients to serve up that very night.
We have some fresh kale I have in here, so I'm going to whip them up with a new salad on the menu. What else I got in here? Got some baby carrots, definitely. Going to go on the dish today, throw on some a new salad.
Whether it's purchased at the market or not, this food does not go to waste. That's another valuable lesson these kids learn.
You know, some of our schools are situated in food deserts, and that's where there's no supermarket for a 2-mile radius, and they don't actually have access to fresh food. And so in those cases, the school garden is really helpful.
Selling all the fresh vegetables. Look what it's instilling in them. You know what I mean? Dignity, growing respect for the earth and for each other, and value in money.
And the value of discovering things don't always go as planned, but that's not a reason to give up.
The students love it. They love being outside. They love being with the butterflies and the bees and the hummingbirds, and it's just a great experience for them. I mean, it doesn't always work out, meaning what you plant doesn't always grow, right? They have failures, which they compost, and then they celebrate their successes, like here today.
Almost another $1.
So this was a first-time effort, and a successful one at that. If there's another one planned down the road,
You come back again? Shoot, I'll be the first one in line.
organizers say along with Zappos.com and Switch, which actually supports Green Our Planet, they want to thank the Bank of Nevada and the Mentors Foundation. Well, as the weather begins to heat up, there are some hot deals to be found across the city of Las Vegas. In fact, our city Parks and Recreation Department wants you to discover Floyd Lamb Park at Tule Springs on $5 Fridays. What does that include? Well, we headed out there to find out. It's hard to believe that just minutes away from the hustle and bustle of city life, this 680-acre oasis can be found. Floyd Lamb Park at Tule Springs is home to lush greenery, colorful wildlife, lakes, and historic buildings, some as old as our city itself. For many Las Vegas residents, this is a favorite spot for a family walk, a wedding, fishing, or a horseback ride. If you're one of those people, or better yet, if you have not yet discovered this historic park, you may want to hear about a little discount planned for the summer.
$5 Fabulous Fridays at Floyd Lamb Park on Fridays beginning in June all the way through September. It's going to be $5 entrance fee for the park. A $5 Horses for Heroes ride. You can take a piece of the park home on Fridays from the Nevada Division of Forestry. We'll have gallon plants for $5.
Many people don't even realize this nursery is tucked away inside the park. Erin Clark says she came up with the idea to give residents a little added incentive to venture out here. So this summer, on Fridays, $5 per vehicle gets you not only all the regular attractions here, but some added family fun. Aside from what Erin mentioned, there will be many free activities once you get inside. The Nevada Division of Wildlife will be out at one of the 4 lakes offering free fishing clinics. And for the kiddos, arts and crafts with a little Tule Springs twist.
The crafts that we'll be doing at the Foreman's House will be crafts based on things they can find in the park. So we'll send kids out to go find a pine cone, and then we'll make that pine cone into a bird feeder. We'll send the kids out to find sticks and things that they can build their initials with. Again, just to remember their day at the park.
The ranch house will be open for free self-guided tours. Various city departments had a hand in completely renovating this house. It was used as quarters for the foreman when this was a working ranch from 1941 to 1959. Painstaking research and remodeling was done to bring it back to its original form, from the windows to the kitchen to the tile in the little bathroom. It offers a chance to step back in time, and on $5 Fridays, a chance to step out of the summer heat for a cold bottle of water. Another building that was recently renovated is this adobe that historians believe dates back to the early 1900s, and it happens to be located right next to Horses for Heroes, where you can take a $5 ride on the trails around the park, or you can just nuzzle up next to a llama at the petting zoo. Of course, the park will still be open 7 days a week, but from June through September, why not make it a family destination on Fridays for a little discount on a lot of beauty and nature?
It is like no other place in Las Vegas. We have 4 lakes, which you can't really find bodies of water, natural bodies of water. And then the residents here at the park, the peacocks, the Canadian geese, the rabbits. Horses for Heroes is going to be supporting our $5 Fridays by doing the $5 rides. And then they have a petting zoo with llamas and goats and sheep and chickens and all sorts of fun animals.
Once again, $5 Fridays run from June through September from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Fridays. Floyd Lamb Park at Tule Springs is located on Durango, not too far from the 95. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to tell you why Goldilocks got herself into some hot water and had to face a municipal court judge.
This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Remember that to love America is to love all Americans, because love has no labels.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Welcome back to City Beat from Neonopolis in downtown Las Vegas. Recently, some elementary schools had the chance to use one of our city courtrooms to put Goldilocks on trial. Can you imagine that? Sue Levitt was there to see the kids have fun and learn all about our judicial system.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Alex Lopez is now presiding. You may be seated.
Court is underway in the trial of Goldilocks versus the Three Bears. The charges Goldilocks faces:
bad manners, trespassing, damaging property, and robbery.
The prosecution hopes to prove Goldilocks did not use good manners, that she did trespass by breaking down the door and going inside the bears' home without permission, and that she robbed the bears by eating all of their porridge. And the last charge, she damaged the bears' property by breaking Baby Bear's chair and bowl.
Once these facts are presented, we know you will do the right thing and find Goldilocks guilty. Thank you, Your Honor.
The defense may give its opening statement. Your Honor, these charges of bad manners, trespassing, damaging property, and robbery against Goldilocks are ridiculous. The evidence that we are about to present to you will prove Goldilocks is not guilty. We show that Goldilocks was a guest and certainly did not demonstrate bad manners, trespass, damage of property, or steal. Thank you, Your Honor.
These fourth graders in the courtroom today are using the very well-known children's story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears to learn the basics of the legal system. The kids have been practicing their roles for weeks to be ready for trial.
It's so refreshing to see young kids come in with work ethic. You could tell they put in a lot of time, and I see a bright future for our community when I see these kids getting involved in the system.
Municipal Court Judge Cedric Kearns vacates the bench so the kids get the full legal experience of being inside a real courtroom.
I'm hoping that we can see some of these kids as attorneys. Maybe someday we have a judge in here. And that would be pretty neat.
And the trial continues with a key witness, Papa Bear, taking the stand.
What did you notice upstairs?
I noticed that my bed had been messed up. Your Honor, I object. We all know that Papa Bear never makes his bed, and that bed just sits there until Mama Bear makes it in the morning. How do we know that bed had not been messed up from Papa Bear sleeping in it?
Sustained. Papa Bear, did you make your bed that morning?
Yes, I made a special effort that morning to make the bed as a birthday present for Mama Bear. And when I got back from my walk, it was messed up. I growled, "Somebody has been sleeping in my bed!"
Other key witnesses for the prosecution, Mama Bear and Baby Bear. And after some pretty intense cross-examination from the defense...
No further questions, Your Honor. The state rests its case.
And now for the defense. Goldilocks takes the stand.
No, I didn't. As I said, the chair was already broken.
And did you break any bowls?
No, I didn't. Baby Bear's bowl did have a big crack in it while I was eating the porridge. I was fearful that it might break in half while I was eating it. Well, the next thing I remember, there were 3 bears standing around me. Papa Bear looked very, very mad.
And you accidentally fell asleep in the bed. You did not break or damage anything in the house?
That's correct.
You didn't mean anybody any harm, did you, Goldilocks?
Of course not.
As the prosecution ends with strong final arguments to the jury that Goldie should be found guilty, the defense responds with this.
The state has no witnesses that saw Goldie break anything. Therefore, in all good conscience, Goldie must be found not guilty since the state did not prove her guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Thank you, Your Honor, and ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
I'm not sure I would want to be on the jury in this case. It's going to be a tough one to prove.
Defendant Goldilocks, please stand. Jury, what say you?
By unanimous choice, we, the jury, find the defendant, Goldilocks, count 1, trespassing, not guilty, Your Honor. Count 2, damaging property, not guilty, Your Honor. Count 3, robbery, not guilty, Your Honor. Count 4, bad manners, guilty, Your Honor.
Goldilocks, you have been found guilty of bad manners, and I hereby sentence you to attend a good citizenship workshop for 1 month.
So it looks like things worked out for Goldie, not guilty, but she'll still need to attend a workshop on using better manners.
It was really fun, and I hope that I will remember this forever because it was just a really great time.
It was amazing, and I got to meet Judge Kearns, which is an honor, and I really like it here. I'm looking forward to someday maybe coming back here again. Not as somebody being accused.
For City Beat, I'm Sue Levitt.
Judge Kern says he will let the kids use his courtroom anytime if it helps them learn about the judicial system. Thank you, Sue Levitt, for that story. Well, here at KCLV TV Channel 2, we received some really good news recently. A half-hour program we produced called Ending Homelessness, A Light at the End of the Tunnel, has been nominated for an Emmy. Now, the show's 30 minutes long, but we want to just give you a taste of what is in that show as we turn it over to Sue Levitt as she takes us beneath the streets of Las Vegas.
The line is constant day and night, people snapping pictures in front of the famous Welcome to Las Vegas sign on the Strip. Mostly tourists, people are happy, posing, laughing, and enjoying their time in Las Vegas. But just under their feet, there's a more desperate and hopeless people hiding away from reality.
I want you to look him up. We're going to be back at 1:30. We're going to bring him and 4 other people food. Let's see where he's at on the housing list, or if we've got services for him. You guys need to start up with him. Let's make sure that that guy is all right. Okay, give me a sec.
Lewis and his team head underground every day into these dark tunnels under the Strip, looking for anyone who will accept their help. They make up the Mobile Crisis Intervention Team with help of Southern Nevada.
He's been living there for I don't know how many years, dude. It would be interesting to see if he made it, though. How you doing, bro? Yeah, I'm with the outreach team. Hey, man, you remember me.
Lewis comes by to check on this man every day, and every day he rejects help.
We'll keep coming back because we know one day it's going to be the yes. And as soon as the yes occurs, we're able to spring into action and we're able to deliver those services in a really efficient manner.
Tagging along with Lewis, watching him reach out to our homeless population, it's clear he's passionate about what he does. He's driven, loves his job, and is determined to make a difference.
Because at one time in my life, I was homeless. And the fact of the matter is that at a very critical point in my life, there were people in my life that didn't give up, and I was an idiot. And because of them, I'm here today. So every time I go out, every person that I encounter, I see myself and what I went through and the opportunities that I had. So this isn't a job for me. This is a mission, and I'm the luckiest guy in the world because I get to do what I love and I get to actually help people every day. You don't need anything else? I know we've talked to you before, man, and I don't want to push anything on you, bro.
Lewis and his team are one-stop service providers for the homeless. They are highly specialized and show up offering just about any service someone who is homeless would need, and these services are set up on the spot.
We've been working with them for a while.
Andrew is part of Lewis's team and has been working this camp down in the Wash near Caesar's Palace for years. He's built relationships with the people here. They trust him.
I'll come back. Me and you can sit down.
Yeah, I'd really
figure it out. Okay. You're gonna be all right. All right. You're gonna be okay. All right. I'll come see you. I'm gonna be back later with food anyway. I love it. This is my passion. This is what I come from. These are my people. So that's why I do this.
Homeless at one time himself, Andrew has empathy. He knows what it's like living on the streets.
If he wants to, I'll take it over. We'll do your housing assessment, pre-engagement, make sure you're on HMIS. I remember my first day, the ride home, I just couldn't believe that somebody would actually let me come in for work as a job to be paid to do this. I mean, it just was the best feeling ever. I remember I rode home and all night all I did was look for encampments.
Lewis and his crisis intervention team have made contact with just about every homeless person living underground in the 200 miles of flood channels that snake through the valley. And the team doesn't plan on stopping until these tunnels are empty.
How about this? How about if I give you one of these? And then if you do have a problem or if you need me to assist you with what we just talked about, dude, just call me and I'll come and get you.
For City Beat, I'm Sue Levitt.
Ending Homelessness, A Light at the End of the Tunnel was produced by Sue Levitt, Melissa Duran, and myself, of course, with the help of so many editors and photographers at Channel 2. We will find out at the end of June if that nomination turns into a pretty little statue we can put in our trophy case. That does it for another edition of City Beat from Neonopolis. If you haven't been out here lately, well, you haven't been out here. There's so many new businesses for you to visit. It's located between Las Vegas Boulevard and 4th Street. As we go to close, we're going to take you to Woofter Family Park, where Councilwoman Lois Tarkanian and some second graders from Katz Elementary celebrated Arbor Day. We'll see you for the next City Beat.
The sunbeams are twinkling, the air soft and free, is telling a message to you and to me. Come out, we're planting a tree. Come out, let's all plant a tree. Though now it is slender, no tall a tree that reaches